Hey, so in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how Marshal makes an estimated $217,000 a month selling info about how to start a clothing brand. First, we're going to be breaking down exactly how he attracts the right attention using the 4 content pillars on his Instagram. I'm going to also break down exactly what type of top of the funnel videos and middle of the funnel videos he does. Then we're going to cover exactly how he funnels all the attention to his YouTube, where he educates all the viewers. Then we're going to break down his entire YouTube strategy and how you can recreate it for yourself. And finally, at the end, we're going to cover exactly how he converts all that attention into paying clients. So let's break it down. Marshall gathered almost 400k followers on his IG, and those are the 4 formats that he used to do that. This is where he will jump on different trends, talk about stuff that he likes, usually outside of business, or share opinions that some might find controversial. This format is definitely the most top of the funnel one out of all of them. The main purpose with this is just to create as much attention as possible and get people to start recognizing his face. Next up is the lifestyle format. This is where Marshall showcases behind the scenes of running a clothing brand. He will also showcase his lifestyle, cars, and in his scenario, these videos mostly rely on a cinematic look and the whole vibe of them. When it comes to this format, we're definitely going more in the direction of middle of the funnel content because those videos are a little more curated, and the people that will mostly enjoy those videos are already shaping a little bit into the ideal ICP of Marshall, because those are the people that are either entrepreneurs or maybe they want to be entrepreneurs. They definitely enjoy aesthetic, cinematic, the vibe of Marshall, and those videos also definitely serve a purpose of distinguishing him from the rest of the crowd. Next content format is the authentic one. This is where he starts building an emotional connection with his viewers. He will do that by sharing important stories from his life and talking very openly about his past. And of course, as you can guess, this starts going more into the middle of the funnel direction, because this is where his viewers will actually start appreciating him as a person, will start to like him for his values, and start shaping into his loyal followers. The last content format is the value videos. Most of the time, those are the usual talking head videos with a cinematic twist on them. And this is basically the last piece of the puzzle, where Marshall talks about his actual expertise. He gives value by educating people about the reality of running a clothing brand, and also more in general reality of being a successful young entrepreneur. And this is a clear middle of the funnel video, and this is actually the only format where he does any call to action at the end. But more on that a little bit later. On top of generating a lot of attention on his own Instagram, he also has a lot of clippers on his behalf. He of course does that to generate even more cheap attention, and then he just funnels that into his main profile. And my bet is that in the coming months, he will actually start doing more and more of this, doubling down on the clipping, just like breast scales or TGR. So chances are you will see even more of him. And that seals the whole process of gathering attention. Now, when it comes to the second step of nurturing and educating, hey, quickly, if you are enjoying this video right now and you would like me to personally review your entire content funnel, tell you where are your bottlenecks and actually how to fix them, then just click the first link in the description, fill out your info, and I will do that for absolutely free. Okay, back to the video. Firstly, Marshall funnels all the attention to his YouTube by having a deep link to it in his bio. On top of that, as I mentioned, in his value videos, he will have those call to actions. And of course, after someone comments that, he uses many chat sequences to just direct people into a specific YouTube, usually some kind of VSL. And this is where all the magic comes, so let's talk about his YouTube strategy. So he has 3 formats on his YouTube. The first one is the top of the funnel lifestyle / behind the scenes content, where he just takes you along with him to cool events and basically showcases his day-to-day life. He doesn't do those type of videos very often, and my guess is he doesn't do that because he already generates so much attention on his Instagram that he's just better off doing how-to videos and specifically showcasing his expertise and giving value to his ICP. And that brings us to the second type of content that he does, and those are the usual middle of the funnel videos. Those are all the how-to videos, crash courses, value videos, and we need to give kudos to his team because they do a great job of finding proven outliers in different niches and building his content based on those, recreating titles and thumbnails, and that makes them perform really well organically. And those are middle of the funnel videos. And I currently don't see him focusing a lot on the typical bottom of the funnel videos, meaning his client interviews, case studies, and in general stuff like that. I only actually see just one video right here. And I think that the reason behind it is that he sells clothes, an actual physical product. And that means that he can just showcase his warehouses and the actual piles of clothes. And that makes people already trust that he knows what he is doing because the product is in the actual physical world. And he actually has this advantage over other people selling info because, for example, when you are a sales coach, you cannot just showcase like a physical product that you actually know what you are doing. So you need to rely on, word of mouth, client interviews, and case studies, showing numbers, Stripe dashboards, and all of those things so you can actually get some proof behind you and make people trust you. While Marshall doesn't need to do that per se because he just has pile of clothes link behind him. And in all of his YouTube videos, he will usually do a call to action, and he has those 2 links in his bio. And that takes us to his conversion mechanism. So to convert all that traffic, he actually uses 2 different links, 2 different funnels, if you will. And I'm actually really interested why he does that and not just optimize for 2 of those. But yeah, let's break it down. The first one is the Typeform funnel, where he will ask you 9 questions, first to get to know your situation a little bit, then of course to qualify you based on the characteristics and experience that you have, and at the end he qualifies you financially to make sure that you actually can purchase his product. And at the end, you give him his contact info so his team can reach out to you. Now, the second you submit your application, you will be directed to this page right here. In there is a 1-minute video where he first explains that the confirmation should be in your email inbox. And after doing that for about 10 to 15 seconds, he then explains the next steps. And those are to scroll and watch all the FAQ section. This is where he handles all the common objections that probably his closer is getting on a regular basis. On top of that, there is also a lot of case studies, testimonials, and screenshots. A thing that he does really cool and definitely stands out in those videos is that he creates a lot of premium feel, a lot of exclusivity around his program, and also, of course, he sets a good frame for the call. And a second link is a typical VSL funnel with a big promise on how he built a clothing brand from basically 0 to 100K a month. And when you try to click the video, you will get this pop-up when you need to fill the information. Once you do that though, you will be able to watch this 18-minute long video. And this video is a typical B2C story VSL format. That means that first he introduces the story, he goes over the whole transformation on how he was 3 years ago, and how he is right now. He mentions a lot of his ICP pain points. Then he breaks down the dream outcome, which is basically what his life is right now. Then he promises that after watching the video, you will know how to start your clothing brand. He breaks down step by step on how to do it. And at the end of the video, he does a really long 2.5-minute long call to action to apply for his program. And below the video is the same type form that we just went over. And when it comes to the rest of the landing page, there is a lot of case studies in there, a lot of screenshots, also a lot of copywriting. Then it also goes a step further and actually breaks down what they will get and what coaches are in the program. And at the end, if people need more nurturing, there's also a portion of the site where you can watch more of his YouTube videos. That is it. That's exactly how Marshal Cruz generates an estimated 217K a month with his info product. Hope you found the video valuable, and I will see you in the next one.